Hey, I wanted to talk about vibrato. I've had enough of the online discussions that I've had with different voice teachers and usually voice students about the fact that vibrato is not natural. I've been teaching folks who haven't had vibrato, who haven't just found vibrato kind of on their own for dozens of years. Vibrato, while it's difficult to talk about specifically what's going on with vibrato, it doesn't just happen on its own. If somebody just says, well, you should just have a free natural tone and then the vibrato will just come on its own, then they don't know what they're talking about. Run away from them. They don't know what they're talking about. Vibrato is natural like riding a bike is natural. Vibrato is natural like a hula hoop. Doing a hula hoop is natural, at least for most people, not for me. You're doing something, you're interacting with it. You might not even be aware of it. In fact, I would say most singers kind of find vibrato on their own. They don't know what they did, but they found it. Well, a lot of people don't. And, every instrumentalist knows that you do something to have the vibrato go. You don't just have a free natural tone and vibrato naturally happens. Trumpets move their hand, trombones, they move the slide like this. All the string players, they're moving their hand like this, including the guitar players. Flutes do a breath vibrato, that kind of a thing. Saxophone players do a whoa, 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 whoa kind of a vibrato. So everybody causes a vibrato. Instrumentalists, again, all know this. And so vibrato is something that you can learn to do if you don't have it, or if it's uneven, it is something that you can learn to do. So don't feel, because I've had a lot of students who they've got really nice voices that go all the way through their whole range, but they can't do vibrato to save their life. And they were just told it would come eventually, just keep practicing, get a nice free tone. Well, that's not how you find vibrato. If you've been stuck for 20 years, you have to do something to kind of kickstart it. Okay. Now I've got some stuff out there to help folks find vibrato, but I just thought I'd hit that little pet peeve of mine that's so commonly talked about out there by voice teachers, and again, usually voice students. College voice students are usually the ones who want to argue with me the most, which are always fun. So, but it's nice to know that I'm right and they're wrong, because I've had lots of students who've done some amazing job. You'd never think, oh, this was the vibrato. They had no vibrato, or it was like all over the place. And they just went through some simple things and their body finally caught up with it until you don't even know what you're doing while you're doing a good vibrato. Because again, it's like the hula hoop or riding a bike. All these things are happening almost automatically without you thinking about them at that point. But if you can't find that point, you've got to do something, just like a bike rider. You got to have dad run alongside so you don't fall. Until your body catches on to the balance. So anyway, that's what's up with that. So you guys have a marvelous, what is today? Sunday.